It was January 2009. Brenda Constantine and her husband Brian Rogers and their 3 teenagers, 2 boys and a girl, spent the New Year's holiday the way they always had. A trip out of town and then back to their home in Orleans, a middle-class suburb in Canada's capital city, Ottawa. Orleans is the kind of place where the houses are snug to the street and each other.
It's a very family-oriented community, lots of young families still moving into Orleans, lots of kids.
But as you say, in a town which is very safe, Orleans seemed particularly safe.
Yeah, there was never a lot of crime.
That January, when Brian and Brenda got their brood home on a Friday evening, the family house in Orleans seemed exactly as they'd left it. Though Brian did notice something odd.
Our digital clock in our room on my wife's side of the bed was blinking. I thought that was kind of unusual, but didn't think much of it. Right?
Sure. And then you went ahead and just continued?
Carried on our lives.
And never dreamed, why would they, that their digital clock was blinking out a warning. 2 days passed, during which time their 15-year-old daughter lived out of the clothes in her suitcase, as teenagers sometimes do. Then came Sunday.
She was taking a shower. She went into her room and she went to her drawer, and that's when she discovered all of her underwear had been taken from the drawer.
So she told her parents.
She's a teenager, and, clothes are everywhere. I said, well, did you check
The floor.
your laundry basket? Did you
Yeah.
check your suitcase? Did you check the floor? She said, no, Mom, everything is gone.
She was sort of freaked out?
Yeah.
Her parents said what parents say.
And I said, go up and look again. And so she started to cry. She said, no, everything is gone, everything.
But she did check again and found more things were missing.
She's running out and she's crying, very upset. And then we realized
Something to
there's
it,
something weird going on here.
But what was going on?
I went upstairs and looked and saw, sure enough, everything was seemed missing, right? And
We immediately called the
I called the
police and reported it.
Then their next surprise, because although Brenda and Brian were worried enough to call the police, they weren't sure the reception they'd get.
We thought, yeah, they're going to laugh at us,
I thought it was a joke. I thought it must have been kids playing a joke.
But the police did not think so. They were at the house in a matter of minutes, and they were all business. They spent 5 hours combing through the place, then came back the next day to take apart the family computer.
Did they find anything?
No,
They didn't find anything.
Not in the computer, but in their daughter's bedroom, disturbing discoveries. Along with 50 pairs of missing underwear, a number of their daughter's bathing suits, dresses, tank tops had also vanished. They discovered the intruder had rifled through the family photo albums and removed pictures, but only those that showed their daughter.
And those were like vacation pictures down in Punta Cana. So they were all beach pictures, bathing suit pictures.
And then, says Brian, it got ugly.
That's when they said they found some DNA evidence on my
That
daughter's
was a
dresser.
shock.
That was the one that became really weird.
Investigators said the sample was consistent with dried semen. They found it on the top of the daughter's dresser, where the underwear had been stolen. All of that, along with the fact that no one else in the house reported anything missing, led investigators to issue the kind of warning no parent ever wants to hear.
They told us that
Lock your doors,
we
secure
have to
your
be
house.
very careful. We have to watch our daughter. They said she was targeted. It wasn't a random break-in.
Targeted, not random. That was when the fear crawled in and infected their once comfortable lives. Everything from this moment different.
You take your safety for granted almost, and then all of a sudden, nothing you can do is really good enough.
After that, their daughter was never alone. Brian and Brenda put in a new alarm system and kept asking, who was it? Who would do this? They tried to come to terms, too, with the other troubling news they learned from police, that theirs was by no means the only break-in of its kind in Orleans.
So they knew there was a pattern.
It's a little creepy to hear something like that.
Yes.
Very creepy.
In fact, almost a dozen such break-ins had been reported in Orleans in the past year. The police had issued a warning to residents in late 2008, though Brian and Brenda didn't know about it. Now, officers told the couple of their biggest concern, that the intruder, whoever he was, would escalate from stealing lingerie to more dangerous behavior.
They were very concerned at the time about the escalation.
And rightly so, because in a matter of months, that's exactly what was going to happen.
It was almost like he had a gun on my head that moment.